All right, we're good to go. But this is showing. You need to do it like this.
So you think that don't look scattered?
Okay.
That's what I'm trying to arrange.
It's not going to look scattered, right? It's going to be like this, but it's just going to hide the mic. And see where I hit my... You won't see where it is. It's my leg. The
So
collect.
Okay, the son.
Ready?
Born ready, sir.
We're ready. How did I meet the groom? I didn't expect that.
That story. You know, go come out here. But let her tell the story. All right, go ahead.
I didn't expect that question.
Let her tell the story. All right, go ahead.
We met on the 6th of January in church. Thanksgiving service, Koza.
DG, 12 DG service.
No, that wasn't 12 DG. That was the first Sunday of the year.
Okay, all right, yeah.
That was the Thanksgiving.
Was that period of 12 DG now, yeah? It was now.
Was 12 DG started?
Yes, 12 DG has started already now.
It was shot the first Sunday of the year on the 6th of January 2019. Yeah. We met in church and he cited this pretty young girl. And
spiritually and physically.
It was really funny because everything was against me going to church that day. My car tires were literally blown, like it as if somebody used blade and tore it. Everything was just wrong. Taxify was not, everything was just wrong, man. I had to walk all the way outside my gate to the junction to go to church, and I was 30 minutes late, which I hate being to Koza. So I sat down on I just sat down inside church and he was there. I didn't even notice him until the end of the service.
So this is where I come in.
The end.
Can I interrupt her?
Yes.
Okay, so this is where I come in, right? So on this faithful day, I was, after fasting and praying for God to send me.
I didn't start from my own fasting.
3 days fasting. She fasted too. Down the line, we got to know that she fasted. I fasted at the same time, right? Because I really wanted somebody, because I've always been of the opinion that a woman can make or break you, yeah? So I fasted and I prayed and for God to send me the right woman. Then eventually, I go to church on this wonderful Sunday and I was praying. Then I think it was during the praise and service and we're singing.
Yes, it was.
Right?
Yes.
Declaration. Then I started singing and all that. And somebody just made me look back, and I looked back and lo and behold, I saw her. And I was like, whoa.
Who is this honcho?
Yeah. Where did she come from? Who's that girl? So I looked back almost 20 times.
I didn't
no joke,
notice.
But I did it so sophisticatedly that I didn't want her to notice, right?
I didn't even notice at all.
And I looked back, and after the service,
I'll come in now. So after the service, right, because I usually does a thing where they arrange buses for people, right? For people that are going to different areas like Gariki, Guse, Nyanya. So there's usually a queue for you to enter into the Yaradua bus. So we're on the queue now, and this brother now came.
So I walked up to her as a slick bad guy. Okay. She was with her cousin, right? And it was a little trick in the book, right? So I walked up to her. It was her I was coming for, but I acted like I was coming for her cousin. Because you know girls like this, they like to feel themselves and not like that. So I walked up to her cousin. Right?
Yeah.
But I was actually going for her, then spoke to the cousin, then spoke to her. Because I know if I had come directly, some girls can be like, all this kind of styling and all that. So I just spoke to the cousin and spoke to her. I was like, okay, let me go get my little tuke.
Small car.
And come and pick you up.
What is this person emphasizing on small car? What is this? If you want to drop or let us go. I was like, okay. And this was the first time something is actually happening to me in church, because I'm always driving myself to church. So if my car is not working, I don't bother going to Koza because it's really hectic leaving Koza when you don't have a car. So that day was as if it was just in the books. And funny thing is, that is not his church. But that is the church I go to.
That's the church she goes to. So I usually go
not
there.
Not my family church, Daddy, please. It's just the church I go to.
So this is the trick, right? I have been with girls that were heavily materialistic. So 2019, I decided to say, okay, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to downplay my looks. I'm going to do everything I need to do to look as average and mundane as possible.
Struggling as possible.
So I hit my Benz, hit a couple of
They
I
used to
just hit
use on
it.
me.
Then I brought my
I
Corolla,
wish
like
that
2003
I am.
Corolla, right? Just to fit in like a working class young man and stuff like that.
You were a
So
working
that was
class
what
young man.
I know, like somebody that was just coming up and all stuff like that, right? So I get the Corolla, I pick her up. That day she was going to work now, right?
Yeah,
We
I
were
was
going to work.
working that day.
So I go drop her off at Asoko. She was still in her former office. I drop her off. I drop her cousin off. But on the way dropping her cousin off, I asked about her. Got a few things so I know how to get to her and stuff like that. So I dropped her off. Then eventually called her later on that evening and went to see a movie. Right? I think you want to go from there.
Well, from there it was just, I don't know, there was a chemistry when we met. Like in the car when we were talking, we just kept on going on. He's a lover of Christ, and that was what was it for me. He's Igbo and he loves Christ just as much as I do. Because I was talking about some things and he was actually reaffirming what I was saying with scriptures, and I'm like, okay, this is nice. Which guy quotes Bible with the verse and the actual book, and as it was like, okay, this is nice, this is nice.
Chapter, the verse, and all
and
that.
everything. And we had the same kind of morals actually, like perspectives and stuff like that. So the first day we met, it was as if we had known for so long. So the prayer he was talking about, I prayed him into existence. He wanted to relocate actually.
Yeah.
So I always felt that, I don't know, Sha, but I just was like, wherever my husband may be, whether it's out of the country, in the US, in Canada, in wherever he may be, Father, bring him to this Nigeria because I cannot travel. Passport, I don't have. Visa, I have none. But prayer, I have. So husband, come to Abuja. If you're in Port Harcourt, relocate. And then I came, and then there was this hovering girlfriend that was there. And I prayed out of existence. So I said, Lord Jesus, put asunder to what you have not joined together.
Hi, my name is Ebuka Anichebe, and today on the Africa Bridal Experience, we're going to be talking about communication, especially how you can get what you want without starting the fight. Now, your husband comes in late, and very soon you're like, every time you're always coming back late, perpetual late comer, only bats, rats, foxes, and you moves at night. No, that's not how you get him to change. You just nag him. He would rather be up on the roof, right, than be in bed with you. So what's the best way to do this? You want to approach him softly and say something like, I always feel lonely, or I feel forgotten, or I feel abandoned when you don't come back home and you don't tell me about your whereabouts. And when you tell him how you feel, he has nothing to defend himself about. He has to tell you, oh, sorry about that, I will do this better. So next time, focus on how you feel as opposed to pointing accusing fingers of what somebody else did to you. Otherwise, the communication just breaks down and he becomes defensive, and that's not getting you what you want. I hope this helps you make your marriage better. Thank you.
Wow.
How
You
did
are
he
asking
propose?
questions that will cause problem, Ima.
How did he propose? So this proposal thing, let me date it big. He was meant to travel that time. And he proposed to me on July, actually the same 6th again. July the 6th, 6 months after. So, was it, July is 6 months, Nabi?
Yeah.
January, February, March, April, May, June.
7.
7th month, okay, 7 months after. So, I thought he was, because he was meant to travel, but he kept on making it look like it to be after. And we were already talking about marriage plans, you know. We were just talking casually about marriage plans, wanting it to be in December because my sister just got married last year. So marrying this year was something that I knew my parents were not ready for. So I just always was subtly telling him this is the next year thing. But when we had to talk about it again, I had to agree to his terms actually, which is understand. When my parents were able to now understand and agree for it this year. So the engagement was now something that I was now not sure of. He was not talking about marriage and then there was no engagement. I was like, see, this marriage will not happen until there's a ring on my finger. So he was so subtle about the whole thing. I did not know. He was already contacting all my friends, went through my phone, carried the even called my parents. I did not even have the clue about what was happening.
I was going to propose to her.
Called my father, gets his blessing, called my mom, told her about it, called my sister in Lagos, called my second. Did you call Emeka?
I called Emeka.
Called everybody, actually. Called everybody. Then he even now also involved my friend all the way from Ibadan. Hey, God damn it. I know, I was shocked. Now made my friend to lie. Now the thing is, I've always been planning surprises for my family. I have never been surprised before. So it was actually something that I was really happy about. And I never saw it coming. I actually saw it coming, truth be told. But anytime because of he already had my friends were already like in support of him. So anytime I told them, I'm feeling like this is going to happen, they were like, baby, calm down. Stop overthinking it. Before you will not scare him. Stop doing this one, stop doing this one. So
and they were in on it.
And they were actually, the day it happened, I called, was it the day before? It was the day before that I called Katrina. The day before I even called Katrina, I told her, she was like, baby, stop thinking it. Katrina was not even in town that day. Literally all my friends were not in town. No.
So, I'm learning how to speak. Because if I start speaking, she will interrupt me. So let me allow her to speak. Are you done?
I'm done.
Okay, so this is what
Until
happened,
emotions come again and I talk.
So on that very fateful day, right, that night I was going to propose to her. So we went to get her a dress. But she started to suspect that, it's like Charles wants to propose to me. She calls her friend, who already got in on the deal. Her friend was in Asaba. Kati was in Asaba.
Was it in Asaba?
Yes, Asaba. Delta State. I already told her already. I told a couple of her friends. Abakaliki, Delta State, I beg your pardon, right? So I already told her. She called Melissa, called a couple of her friends, but they already knew what I wanted to do. So they talked her out of it. So she goes on something like, I think Charles wants to prove another. I said, don't jinx it. One of them said it.
That's what Kati said.
Please don't jinx it.
Say, don't jinx it.
Don't allow him do what he wants to do. On his own time, he will propose. Not knowing that day was the day of the proposal. So lo and behold, we had a venue, a location. We already set things up. We called a little event planner and stuff like that to set up a little event and stuff like that, right? Then her friend.
Okay, so he actually spoke with my friend to make it look like it was actually her event, because her boyfriend is like can never know expose him, but her boyfriend does a little bit of get together. So anytime he's in town, he has some get together, either from a form of a dinner or lunch or something, So it was like that was going to be one of his events. So I was her +1 for that event, which is not a new thing to me, because I usually always follow her for stuffs like that. So when we got there and I felt it was for her, so I'm like, call him, let us be sure that we're not late, because we were 2 hours late, Seth.
Yeah.
We came there around 9.
You came there for a while, because we were there for a while waiting for them.
Yeah, so because I had to go to the salon, do my hair, because I told him that the day that he proposed to me, softly I said that I better be prepared. I don't want to be I want to look peng that day. So it was something that she was now trying to sure that I'll look fine that day and this one, that one. So we went to the salon and it took the whole day and I came there late. So like when we got there now, we have been there before, we said. So when we got there was no lights, but I was seeing some cars. I saw my sister-in-law's car. And I'm like, it is a restaurant. Because
sorry to cut you short, right? The sister-in-law actually came in late. Most of my friends' car, she knows them, so we had to hide them.
I saw some of them.
Even down to my friend's car, he has a police plate number, so we had to cover it so she doesn't see.
But I saw the Hilux.
But she didn't see the plate.
But I didn't see the plate number, so I just felt like, okay, it's just somebody else's car. So when I saw my sister-in-law's car, and then the place was really booked. Yeah, there were so many cars, but the place was now dark, no song. I said, okay, maybe, I don't know. So I just didn't pay much attention to it, because I felt he was going to use a different restaurant that, even if he was that slick, I would have actually, everything, when we got there, it would have made sense to me, because you made an inquiry. Yes. Yeah. So when we got there, I didn't really think much about it, honestly. So when we now entered inside, the whole place was dark. And I told him I like Shana Twine. So he played, I was hearing like Shana Twine, somebody was singing it. It was not like a DJ. It was not like song. Someone was actually singing, but I was hearing it. But I was like, my brain was not booting. I want to be like, as in I was just acting on impulses because I just came in
She
and
zoned
then
out.
he did what I was going for. He told me that I was meant to be back by 9 because he didn't want me to stay out past 9. And it was already like 8:30. It was 8:30 I got there, like some minutes past 8 or 8:30. So I got there and he had been telling me, in fact, he wasn't making me feel as if I should not even go again because of how
Had to
he
get
puts
into play.
a time frame. I'm like, why are you making it look like you don't want me to stay long here? Let me shout and say, no, don't worry. When I already invited, you shall just go. So I got there and then I now saw the young man. Hey, God. Do you know I didn't even see that really marry me until, I don't even know, man. My brain, God damn it. I just didn't see it coming.
She actually zoned out.
Everybody
So I hit the
was
friends in the venue. I hit them on one section. It was completely dark. Her friends, her sisters, those from Asaba, those from Delta, those from Ibadan. I flew a couple of her friends in. Her sister, I got them involved. Her brother, I got all of them.
My
Brother had to
mom-
leave school.
Yes.
So the brother left school
actually
and came
left
in.
school.
I think from Enuguna, right?
Yes, in
Came
Nsukka.
in and put the
He
mom on
was
video
staying in
call.
the house, so even my cousin self, they were in the house.
So
They
even
lied
that's our
to me
cousin
that they were
Iyewu.
going for something else. I didn't even know they were coming for that thing. So when I said, like, so this is all of you are, all of you like this. Oh my God, it was a heavy shock. I won't even lie. I didn't see the engagement coming. I did not see the audience coming. I did not just see anything coming. It was really it was then that I knew that I had a keeper actually, because the magnitude as in he really paid attention to what I loved and he made everything come to life. I wanted something elaborate because I haven't really had any celebration of my own. I've not really had anything. I haven't really been celebrated openly ever. So I wanted my engagement to be something that would be open, truthfully, actually. So anytime he asked me, I told him that. So I didn't really know that he paid so much attention because I said I wanted my friends and my family to be there. That's all I kept on telling. I don't want to be the only person enjoying that day. I want them to be there as I enjoy that day. So I always made it. So he actually made sure that there were the people that mattered to me and my family and then my rock.
Make your tire no pause here, I beg, yeah? So, how do you feel?
Finally, let us just get this over with. It looked like a long journey. I think we were traveling to another place.
See swag. Police.
Yeah, I'm ready. sorry. I'm not ready. Let's go.
So the courts.
An experience I don't think I'm going to forget in years to come.
Forsaking all other girlfriends. Forsaking all other girlfriends. I said you do not laugh now. You think I'm playing here? You are laughing. Does he has a girlfriend or your another one? As far as I'm concerned, it's only you that are here.
He was really something, right?
We had a nickname. We were the late comer couples.
The latecomer couples. You had to explain to him.
Standing up like school
Standing
children.
up, I was like, yes, sir.
I'm sorry, sir.
No, sir. I just had to be
in
diplomatic.
the public.
In the public, you
With
know.
other couples, other witness. It was really embarrassing. I'm like, where's my giant advice? But what to be like? What's my better? Keep quiet. But I just had to like literally be calm because I'm like, maybe just think, we're sorry. Let us move on.
Yeah. So we apologized. We moved on.
But the man did not forget.
But
He
he
kept
didn't forget.
on.
He kept on referring back to us.
We were not the first people to not kiss.
Yeah, we're now the first to kiss. We came there. We
To take pictures.
Now let me say something about kissing. This girl behind closed doors. Yeah. She did chop please for life. When it comes to the public, it now looks like I'm the one. But trust me, she is the madam. She is more of a fan of kissing than I am. Let me put it out there to the world so the world can know. Alright? So eventually we had to kiss. And the
You
man,
know you have to be. You need to show it small.
ah.
Should be doing like eat lip. I mean lip. It has in public.
So we eventually did that, right? So it was something that transpired, and something that happened. She did something that pissed me off. So normally I'm always I'm a gentleman generally, and I think she knows that I'm not trying to blow my own trumpet.
Yes,
Like
he
that,
is.
right?
He's one in a million.
So he called us up it was time for the kissing, right? Or for the signing, something of that nature, right? He called us up, and normally I know I'm supposed to wait behind and let her go, right? So I just stood up out of anger and all that. So and I had to go back to drop my Bible before she now came back. Then the man made an issue of it.
He made a sermon out of it.
No.
He made a sermon.
This man made a
He
sermon.
said that we should wait. So my brother, is this how you're going to do your wife?
Are you getting me? Because anything can happen. They can kidnap her without you knowing because you don't have another eye at the back.
I was like this. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yes, sir.
I think I'm going to be apologizing for the rest of this marriage, for this what I've done to be forgotten.
Trust me, man.
I hope
Fam.
it will be.
Gee,
Kai,
it's
Kai.
huge.
I hope it will be forgotten. Let me beg you here.
No, it's something we'll just
Let
let
me
it go.
please, really let
We'll
it
No,
go.
we'll let it go.
I'm sorry. The signing.
Because obviously she was nervous, but I wasn't.
I was really.
I've always seen her as my wife.
I
That was just the official point in it. I just had to go there and sign and get it over with. But
It was really emotional for me because I'm like, okay, so is actually like he's real now.
Done on hand, stuff like that.
Like I'm somebody's wife. Hey God.
You don't know he was somebody's wife before. I don't understand. All the money I paid good money.
You have not paid anything.
I paid money. You want me to expose you?
I
paid
didn't give an introduction.
Introduction. You know, now one day I've done introduction.
You guys come to knock. It's knock. You have done.
Now you're knocking in their place. You're paying good money.
Rather, you're doing that you pay. We both pay. Did you pay? 100
naira is something now. you have to brag.
But like it was
Yeah.
like okay, so I'm married. Like my name is about to change. Like my life, as in literally, I'm going to be answering. Before I was answerable to my dad and my mom, but now everything is shifting to him. Like I need to reorient myself towards what he wants, and you know, everything was just dawning. And then the fact that I'd already pissed him off, and I was really trying to know how to handle the situation, but I was really failing at it, and I'm like, God, is this what marriage is about? Smiling even when you're not happy, you know, still making everything move even when nothing, like, hey, everything was just
a huge
going
test for us
through
today.
my
Trust
mind.
me, fam.
Because I don't think, I feel
It
the
really
person
was a
that felt
test.
our mood change was my brother, because you're like, what happened? And I'm like, don't worry. You're like, what actually happened? Then it was
I did my best not to let it show.
I feel that was God damn it, let me just stop. But
yeah,
we are married now.
So bone of contention. God bless the registrar.
God bless.
God bless him.
We will not meet that man for the rest of our life.
No, we will meet him. You could be watching this video, sir. I learned a lot from you. Okay, Ima, that's a wrap. We're about to start a journey to the rest of our lives. This is a short and succinct message to tell you that I will always love you. I loved you yesterday, I love you today, I will love you even more tomorrow.
From the very first day you met me, you asked me you need only two things: peace and loyalty. And I've been holding that to heart till this very moment. And I'll hold that to heart as my vow to you, to be the woman you'll be proud of.